Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. Have you guys just kind of gotten fed up by being spawn camped, or maybe you just thought some points were unfair in War Thunder, some landscapes, some general maps just kind of sucked? Well, they are changing some dramatically, and in this video I'll be going over that. So thankfully, because of all the protests and all that we saw a few months ago, they developed a roadmap, and this was on the roadmap to change some of the different landscapes, some of the maps in War Thunder. And to start, we are seeing Vietnam change. So remember that huge swamp in the Vietnam map? It is gone and will be, it says dry ground, however, it might be muddy, but regardless, the swamp will not be there, so your vehicles should be moving quite a bit faster. This is at the A point though, so I'm assuming that the water on the rest of the map will be about the same, but again, on the A point is a bit different, and you even have a cool slider. I will try to link this down below so that you guys can see it yourself, but or you can just kind of Google it or go onto the War Thunder news page yourself. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, next up we have Eastern Europe, and this is going to change a bit. Now, it just says, and I'll just read this verbatim, Eastern Europe now has a lot of new natural shelters and landscape changes, which means moving between capture points will be much more secure. These changes have mainly affected the suburbs. The city is still recognizable to those familiar with it. So I'm assuming that this means that on the hills, there will be a bit more cover. Before, it used to be basically where you just kind of travel outside of the spawn point and you get killed more or less immediately by one side or the other. So hopefully that's what that is, but it sounds like that's changing pretty substantially. Now, they're also saying that El Alamein is being improved, and again, I'll just read this one verbatim so there's no confusion, but it says effective positions on the tops of mountains as well as several zones have been corrected that were unavailable in the SB version of the map, and jungle has been thinned down a bit so that battling on the map doesn't turn into a tedious round of looking for a moving bush. We have also blocked some known passages due to or outside the playable map. So that's pretty cool. I guess they're improving jungle as well. But you also have to remember, maybe this is just the cynical side of me, but with every change, every positive change, there could be an unintended negative outcome. But I'm hoping that this is all positive. Now, we are having respawn points being fixed, which is just fantastic. Normandy. This is the biggest one. I'm sure most of you guys have spawned over here on the left side of the map and have been spawn killed by people over here at, I believe, was at the C point. It is the most annoying thing and probably causes the left side of the map to be a huge detriment to those who play it. Anyways, on Normandy, we have blocked the ability to shoot the respawn from respawn to respawn from the edges of the play area. This has been one of the maps where the problem was particularly obvious. I totally agree. Now, it says a similar problem affected Stalingrad, but on this map it was less obvious. We've also, on this map, we have also blocked such shots. On Alaska, you used to have to drive up a wooded mountain to reach a similar position. Not anymore. The drive up has been blocked. And finally, Maginot has also been criticized by you. That's a really weird way to put it. Anyways, we made reliable protection for respawn zones on this location as well. Thank you for the feedback. This just seems like they're really annoyed by the fact that they actually have to do it. And then this one is just like they're really grinding their teeth while smiling at you. That's just what that sounds like. It's very, very strange. But otherwise, we have a few different changes here. So, for example, on Iberian Fortress, they're getting rid of some things. So it says there was a house close to the spawn point on Iberian Fortress that, according to our analysis, made for an exceptionally effective position for one team within the match. We've removed the house so that there is now one less point on the map from which a shell can fly towards you unexpectedly. So I guess that's kind of cool, And also, look at that. It looks like this tree back here has also changed a little bit. It's become even fluffier with the house gone. Next up, they have Seversk 13. This is one of my favorite maps, so I'm hoping that they don't change it so much, but just enough where it is more playable. So it says, and I'm just reading this verbatim just again so you guys don't have any sort of confusion. It says much more complex changes have taken place on the map Seversk 13. We have towed away the police cars that posed a problem even after being destroyed. They left behind an invisible collision model which shells hit. And on Jungle, which we told you about in the beginning of this blog, we has had some small changes We also worked on the shade of vegetation and some other visuals. So hopefully it means that jungle is a bit easier to see through. But also, I mean, you could argue that that was part of the I guess setting of that map. So I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But it says the most notable changes have taken place on Sun City. The architecture of the whole city has changed very noticeably. Objects, buildings, and the environment as a whole have become more diverse and modern. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm wondering what that's going to be. Is it going to have the Mean Girls, I guess you could say, posters on the buildings anymore? Who knows? It says we have improved some textures and didn't touch the sun. It continues to shine. But otherwise, we have quite a few things left. So they are going to be changing quite a few things remaining here. So we have this entire block, it looks like, has changed. But next we will have Poland. They're going to be changing the landscape outside of the towns. American Desert, Sinai, 38th Parallel, Karelia. And of course, they are saying massive revision of asset collision in ground vehicle locations. And just indication for spawn point anyways, there's going to be a whole lot of things that are still left to be improved. It looks like we're around 60% of the way there, just kind of eyeballing it. But again, huge amount left. So that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I mean, do you guys think that this is a positive change? I know for one, on the Normandy map, that one I am 100% certain it's positive, but the other ones might have some unintended consequences that we'll have to wait and see. And, let me know if you guys think that's the case, or if you guys think this is all positive or all negative. Either way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.